This is Laura Gilbert from Mrs. Gilbert's Tips. My goal is to help you reduce the stress and craziness of parenting young children. This video is going to be about the two types of consequences that I use with my kids. One of them is removing something that they enjoy. So we have a daily schedule set up where in the morning my kids get a video, my son still likes to drink milk, and at bedtime they get another video. So that's one of the things that they get during the day. And then my son and daughter, they both always get 45 minutes of game time on their iPads. So that's another thing that they love. As soon as you know what your children love, you know what you can take away. So if my son is having a really crazy time, maybe we're away from the house and I cannot give a timeout, I will tell him if he continues, he's going to lose his computer time for the day, which usually makes him stop whatever misbehavior he's doing pretty quickly. Of course, you need to do what you say you're going to do. And that was from my previous video. Make sure you're comfortable with the consequences that you set up, that those consequences don't punish you in any way, and that they're easily enactable. So removing a benefit or a thing that your kid enjoys is one very easy consequence to give. The second type of consequence that we use and have used ever since they were 2 is timeouts. I use timeouts because it's not that big of a deal. If I say, that's 1, that's 2, that's 3. This is from 1, 2, 3 Magic. That will be another video. Now it's time for a timeout. The child just goes to their room. They have toys and books in their room. I'm not doing anything that I feel is particularly harsh. So I'm very quick to go to a timeout when I feel like there's a behavior happening that I want to stop. And since I'm not uncomfortable with timeouts and I don't feel like they hurt the kid very much, it's like a reset button. So there have been times in the morning that I think my daughter just woke up on the wrong side of the bed and she comes out and she's grumpy and angry, and I've tried to help her feel better and give her what she wants for breakfast, whatever. I feel like I've done as much as I can do and her behavior doesn't change. So I say, that's 1 for grumpiness, that's 2 for grumpiness, that's 3, you have a timeout. She goes to her room, 6, 7 minutes later, 1 minute per year of age. Then she comes out and it's like a reset button has been hit. She's able to rejoin her day and change her attitude and just come back in as if nothing happened. So it breaks the pattern too. I notice for whining, for begging, for annoying habits like tapping or kicking something or whatever thing is happening, especially whining, which is one of my triggers. I'll say, that's 1 for whining, that's 2 for whining, that's 3, you have a timeout. She'll go to her room and come back out. Honestly, it took maybe 2 or 3 times and the whining was over. She does not whine anymore. And as soon as I say that's 1 for whining, or she just stops. I think it helps the kids learn that they're in control of their behavior. They can choose to stop a behavior if they want to because they don't want to go to their room. And it also gives them a chance to change their behavior. And then once they're in timeout, they can think about it, I guess. So it's not a big emotional investment. It's something I can do from a seated position wherever I am in the house. And they go to the timeout. I set Google. I say, hey Google, set timer 5 minutes. So easy. And then when the timer goes off, they come back out. Sometimes my son likes to prove that he is in control. So he will purposely stay in his room longer than 5 minutes, as if that is a torture for me. So, then he just stays there, which is fine as long as he wants to stay there. So that's why I love timeouts. They remove me and the child from each other. They give them a chance to reset and to rethink their behavior. And then since it's not a very severe consequence at all, there's no damage from it in anybody's emotions, then they just come back and resume their day. So those are my two favorite frequently used consequences in our household to help my kids behave.